to Kamurocho. Oh, he's not dead. Hell yeah. Leaving already, Machan? Did the chief fucking suicide then? You know, Xiao-san, you've been a better friend to me than I've ever been to you. Don't be ridiculous. You know that's not true. I'm just sorry the truth turned out to be so harsh. Your father murdered by another man on the force? I can barely believe it. You're telling me... Something about all this doesn't sit well with me. How will your father's spirit ever find peace? I think he'll be just fine. Hmm? Chief Hisai, Sugiyuchi-san? They were tired of being used by Munakata and Katsuragi all these years. The two of them spent their whole lives serving others, but their final moments, those were theirs and theirs alone. They went out following their own brand of justice. Sugiyuchi-san must have known telling me the truth of what happened 25 years ago was signing his own death warrant. But he did it anyway, and Chief Hisai, he took his own life in order to spare you, me, and Meihua. Did he really blow his brains out in front of the kid? That's still pretty fucked up, dude. That explains what he said into the phone before he shot himself. Both of them will be dealt with. Yeah, Chief Hisai told Munakata I was dead, so he'd stop coming after me. He spared my life so I could do what's right, so that I could do what he never could. You mean bring Munakata down? Exactly. But how are you going to do that, Machan? Munakata is one of the most powerful men in one of the top police institutions in the world. Well, I don't think I'll be getting much help from my fellow officers, that's for sure. We gotta get the protagonists together, dude. Ni hao. Akiyama-san. Phew, this shit's really hit the proverbial fan, huh? You're telling me. Anyway, what's up? You wouldn't swing by here without a good reason. You know, sometimes it's depressing how sharp you are. What happened? District Attorney's goons showed up at my office. Started tearing the place apart at the seams. Not to mention, they chucked me out on the street. Wait, they're investigating Sky Finance? On what grounds? They said they're looking into some kind of coercion. The exact term's eluding me at the moment. Anyway, the issue is my tests. They said I'm forcing people to do stuff they don't want in exchange for money. Classic coercion case, I guess. It's like I can hear the words coming out of the DA's mouth himself. Anyway, I didn't know where else to turn, so I thought I'd drop by here. Looks like I caught you at a bad time, though. Want me to come back later? No, your timing actually couldn't be better. Oh yeah? Yeah, I need a hand with something, Akiyama-san. Friends. March 13th, 5 p.m.
一見普通だが、どうやらいつものカムロ町って感じじゃないな。あんまり悠長にしている暇はなさそうだ。すぐにあんたのお兄さんを探そう。ええ。だがとりあえずその前にあんたに言っておきたいことがある。ちょっとついてきてくれ。
Can't think of a better place to talk than New Serena. Yasuko-san, there's a bar near here I used to go to back in the day. We can catch our breath there for a bit. Okay, I'll follow your lead. Yeah, let's go. What's this truck doing here? Is someone moving? Head up the stairs in the alley around back and tear Sky Finance to shreds. We're not leaving till we haul out every last document they've got. And whatever they try and say, just tell them we're under orders from the DA's office. That's all they need to know. Now get a move on. The DA? I wonder what happened. Yo, nice kicks. Yo, it's Date.
Kiryu. Date-san. 久しぶりだな.
What's going on, Kiryu? You show up in a guy's bar and don't even drop him a line first? Sorry for not letting you know, Date-san. I have some business in town. Work never ends for the ex-fourth chairman, huh? You've got that right. Anyway, this is Yasuko Saejima. I'm here helping her with a little something. It's nice to meet you. Oh, the pleasure's all mine. She's a knockout, Kiryu. How'd you end up bringing a girl like her back here, huh? Whatever you're thinking, I guarantee you've got the wrong idea. Let's leave it at that. By the way, where's Mama? Gone for the week. Family trouble, you know how it goes. And you're holding down the fort while she's gone? Yep. It's a real pain, what with my other work and all, but she insists we keep it open for the regulars. Lucky for us that she does. Now, Kiryu, what's this little something you need to take care of? Oh, right. You mind taking a seat, Yasuko-san? Please. I just need to ask you something before we head out to find your brother. Okay. Well, there's some schmaltzy music. So, what is it you want to ask me? Sorry if this is a blunt question, but why do you need to see your brother so badly? Bad enough to murder for it. Wait, you what? Kiryu-san, is this really the best place to... Don't worry about Date-san. He's an ex-detective, yeah, but we can trust him. I promise. He'd never turn you in without hearing what you had to say first. Isn't that right, Date-san? Well, yeah, that's right. Now tell me the truth, Yasuko-san. Why would you go so far for your brother? Yasuko-san. Come on. It's because Taiga is everything to me. I owe him my life. What? I'm serious. If it weren't for him, I would have died years ago. Go on. Have you ever heard of a living donor kidney transplant? Oh yeah, you read about those things all the time. That's when they give you a kidney from one of your relatives, right? They say you only need one after all. Oh, I see a shiny back there. Right. The truth of it is, I'm the recipient of one of those living donor transplants. And your brother's the one who gave it to you, huh? And that's what you meant when you said you owe him your life. Yes. Hold on. Getting a transplant like that from your sibling isn't all that uncommon. I'm not judging or anything, but do you really owe him that much just for a kidney? It's not that simple. Think you can explain? The kidney I got, it wasn't Taiga's. He wasn't a match. What, different blood types? Well, yes, but... But what? Why couldn't you get the transplant from your brother? Yasuko-san? I think I get what's going on here. You and Taiga aren't actually siblings. Kiryu? He's right. Taiga is my stepfather's son from his prior marriage, while my mother had me before she and my stepfather even met. Then where'd you find a match? Since my mother had already passed, Taiga tracked down my biological father and begged him to donate his kidney to me. Saejima. Beyond the regular difficulty of finding a kidney donor, my blood type is extremely rare. A direct relative was my only hope of a match. Once Taiga learned that, he spent every waking moment of his life scouring the city until he found my father. He was only 15 years old at the time. Still just a kid, huh? I had honestly given up hope. Before my mother died, she told me my father was nothing more than an abusive drunk with no chance of ever changing. Based on what I knew, it seemed likely he was already dead. Even if he wasn't, I didn't want to live knowing I owed my life to such a horrible man. At the time, I would have rather died than continue on carrying a part of him inside me. But Taiga wouldn't take no for an answer. He said no matter what happened, he would take care of me. Then he found your dad? Yes. Well, where was he? In Kansai. He had started working for a Yakuza organization called the Omi Alliance, handling the dirty jobs nobody else wanted to touch. The Omi? That's right. Taiga went alone to Kansai knowing full well my father was a Yakuza, but... Let me guess, they tried to extort him. Exactly. A Yakuza through and through, my father demanded a massive sum of money in exchange for one of his kidneys. How much cash are we talking here? 30 million yen. 30 mil? That's a ton now, but it was a fortune back then. How was a kid ever supposed to get his hands on that kind of money? He wasn't. That was the point. But Taiga didn't give up. He started fighting thugs in the streets of Kamurocho, trying to scrape together whatever funds he could. That would never work, not for cash like that. It didn't. Not until Sasai-san from the Tojo clan stepped in. He gave Taiga the 30 million under one condition, that he join the Sasai family. So that's how he ended up in the Tojo. All that time, Taiga never turned his back to me. Even when it seemed all hope was lost, he supported me. He dropped out of high school, gave up on his dream of becoming a teacher, and even joined the Yakuza for me. So that's what you meant when you said you owe him your life. That's right. He's everything to me. Not only did Taiga literally save my life, but he gave me the will to keep on living. Yasuko-san. Damn, what a baller.
あんたにはここで待っていてもらう。少しこの店で頭を冷やした方がいい。え？あ？何言ってんだキリュウ。こんなに切実に会いたがってるってのに。安子さん、もし冴島がすでに死んでいたとしたら、あんたどうするつもりだ？死ぬ気なんじゃないのか。え？
Yasuko-san, you keep saying you owe Taiga your life, and I get it. We all rely on other people. It's hard to keep going without someone loving you, supporting you, and pushing you onward. But in your case, Taiga became more than that. He's not just your support, he's your reason to keep living. I know life hasn't been easy for you. Losing your parents is one of the worst pains imaginable, and you had to bear that burden at a far younger age than most. But having a hard life doesn't excuse the way you've lived. Not that I have any right to talk. I've made my fair share of mistakes. Kiryu. I understand why you feel so strongly, but that emotion has led you to some bad decisions. It's not a stretch to say it's completely clouded your judgment. So I need you to stay here while I go figure out where your brother is, for your own good. But... Kiryu. Don't worry, I'll find him, and I'll make sure you two are reunited, I promise. But for now, you just need to be patient, okay? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Yasuko-san. Take care of her for me, will you? Do you even have to ask? You now have a hideout. Kiryu is blunt. The most bluntest man. Find Saejima. Hold on a sec, Kiryu. What's wrong? There's something I need to tell you. Couldn't really say it in there. Does it involve Yasuko-san? You bet. If she found out about this, she'd just end up getting herself into more trouble. Well, what is it? Well, you only just got here, so you probably haven't noticed, but the whole town's been kinda on edge lately. Because of Saejima? Partially, I'm sure, but there's more to it than that. Word on the street is Majima and Saejima linked up a few days ago. What? Yep. I hear Majima had his boys line the whole damn street to keep the cops off Saejima. So they've already met. Speaking of, Date-san, do you know where I can find Majima-san? I need to talk to him as soon as possible. Not just about Saejima. Majima-san might be able to tell me more about the connection between the top police brass, Jingu, and the Tojo clan. The police? What are you talking about? Sorry, but I can't say much more than that. Just know people are gunning for the Tojo. And no matter what's going down, I need to hear Majima-san's side of the story. Alright, last I heard, he'd taken root up on the top floor of the Millennium Tower. Starting there is your best bet. Great. Thanks, Date-san. I got an email. Email? Rematch from 4 years ago. Kiryu, come to Yoshida Batting Center. Let's finish what we started 4 years ago. It could be just about anybody. Guess I'll find out what it is if I drop by the batting center. Wait, I have to go back in here because there's a shiny. Come here, you. Oh, not close enough. Come here, you. Dude, Kiryu pumps his shoulders when he walks. He's got some oomph in his walk cycle. Hey, boys. Look, I get where you're coming from. Just calm down for 1 second, Shinya. You don't get a damn thing. You're too soft, man. Do you know the rules, Yuya-san? If a customer ducks out on their bill, it's the host's responsibility. Mitsuru knew that when he let his girl run up that huge tab. You're not wrong. Those are the rules. I've seen it happen time and time again in this biz. And sure, I'm being easy on Mitsuru, but he deserves a little slack with how hard he works. Besides, the kid's a real high earner for us. We just gotta let this one mistake slide. He'll learn from it, and we'll all be better off in the long run. But for now, yeah, of course I'm gonna help him. And what, Stardust is just gonna eat the 5 mil he lost? He'll pay it, don't worry, just not yet. Hitting him with all that at once would bankrupt the poor kid. Come on, are you gonna bail out everyone who fucks up from now on? Stardust will go under in the blink of an eye. Kazuki-san would never have let this bullshit slide. Hey, Yuya. Problem so big you had to take it outside, huh? Kiryu-san, I didn't know you were back in town. Just for a bit while I take care of some business. Well, I would have dropped by with a gift or two if you'd let me know first. Don't sweat it. We've known each other far too long to be worried about those kinds of formalities. By the way, how are things going at the club? You and that kid didn't really look like you were seeing eye to eye. I'm sorry you had to see that, Kiryu-san. So, what's going on? It's this host we have, Mitsuru. He let one of his customers run out on a 5 million yen tab. Ouch. I hear that's a pretty common thing, though. It is. Mitsuru is one of the hardest workers we've got, too. And I can't even begin to tell you how much business he's brought in. He just got kind of unlucky this time, so I want to give him a hand somehow if I can. That's the Yuya I know. I just don't know, Kiryu-san. You think I'm too soft on him? Shinya seems to think so. Pretty sure Kazuki-san's called me soft at least once, too. Is wanting to help my hosts out really so bad? Yuya. But hey, you don't need to hear all this. I should be getting back inside anyway. Gotta do my part to keep Stardust the top host club in Kamurocho. I appreciate you lending an ear though, Kiryu-san. Thanks. Maybe I should head inside and see what Kazuki has to say about this. Sure, haven't gone in here yet. There's probably a shiny. That's a big-ass disco ball. It's been a while, Kazuki. Oh, Kiryu-san. It sure has. How are things going? Well enough, I guess. You guess? Are you worried about what's going on with Yuya and Shinya? Huh? You heard about that? Yeah, I saw him going at it outside the club earlier. Sorry you had to see that. Not exactly the image we want to project to the world. Even though he's the manager now, Yuya can still get a bit hot under the collar at times. I wouldn't worry about it. It's nice to see a man have passion for his work, and it seems to me he has it in spades. Agreed. That's why I chose to let him take over as manager. I knew I could count on him when things went south. Speaking of which, what do you think he should do about the whole tab situation? Like I said, Yuya's the manager now, so I fully stand behind whatever decision he makes, of course, but what? Well, a lot of times when a host lets a customer run up a big tab like that, he has some kind of ulterior motive. Oh? That's my opinion, at least. No matter how young, green, or easy to manipulate a customer may be, it doesn't make sense to advance someone that kind of credit. 5 million yen is no small amount. Still, it's not unheard of. True enough. Usually, though, it's the case of the host needing to boost his sales figures. The easiest way to accomplish this is to pressure a customer into ordering pricey drinks. But for some reason, I don't believe that was the case this time. Honestly, I have the feeling Mitsuru was set up. Set up? Who would do something like that? Good question. Even if that were the case, though, I can't simply take matters into my own hands. Yuya is the manager, which means he's the one who needs to handle these kind of problems. I guess what happens to Mitsuru all depends on Yuya's skill as a manager, then. You know, at times I think Yuya is too kind for this job. Don't be so nice. Maybe Kazuki's right. Sometimes Yuya really is too nice for his own good. That's tough. More emails. Poppin'. Komaki here. It's been ages. Kiryu, if you're here in Kamurocho, come see me. I'll be waiting in my dojo in the Dragon Palace. A text from Master Komaki. I wonder if he had one of his apprentices write this. Maybe. I don't know if I want to stop in. Oh, look, Kiryu starts with some stuff unlocked. That's cool. He starts with a lot of stuff unlocked. Good job, Kiryu. Give me those. Yo, give me all of these. Essence of pole dancing. Let's go. Why when drunk and running? Amazing. Damn it, there's one more. Doshio kana. Let's go open my locker. Excuse me, excuse me. Amazing. Uh-oh. You can't do that.
Majima no Nisa.
How could this happen?
Majima no Nisa. Kiryu-chan. Oi, どこへ行く? 勝手に動くな. 何があったんだ? うまいことはめられてしもた。これでしばらく身動きが取れへん。誰にやられた? 大悟や。なんだって?
はあ?
大島大悟や。大悟が。おい、勝手に話すな。そこの君を下がりなさい。法務執行妨害で逮捕するぞ。急ぎや桐生ちゃん。全部の事件はつながっとる。25年前のやつも100億の事件も安子ちゃんのやつもや。なんだと。このままやと俺らの登場会が潰されてまう。それに今は安子ちゃんが危ない。
お前しかおらん。あとは頼んだで。
I don't like it. I don't like it.